Hey guys, it's Shay Man Crypto. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, do me a huge favor. I'd really appreciate that. So let's get into it about ETH, man. I know ETH is the second largest cryptocurrency, and of course, it's been having a downswing, like all other cryptocurrencies, right? But ETH is supposed to be the coin to lead the altcoin season. When ETH starts to rally, other coins start to rally. And I mean, look, man, this past year, ETH got to a high of almost $4,000. Well, this $4,000 in December, and ever since then, it just hasn't really reached anything close to that as of recent, man. Is ETH still a cryptocurrency that many people want to quote unquote invest in or hold still? Look, I mean, I mean, of course, I think in these assets, these cryptocurrency assets, I mean, holding is always a good thing in my opinion. Holding, never just selling in a panic. But overall, you do have to kind of like look at the overall market and just kind of see how like ETH has just been slow moving, right? I mean, I think everybody's been anticipating the altcoin season rally to take place at some point. I mean, that's still on the table, okay, but for me, I'm not gonna say I'm bearish on ETH, but I'm just like, I'm not really interested. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in the movement, the action. Okay, ETH recently had their upgrade earlier this month. Okay, so this article from the block, we'll get into it. Okay, Pectra upgrade helped push ETH's price and market capitalization. So it had this little surge a few weeks ago, but then it kind of got stale. But recent upgrades have resulted in stronger on-chain activity, according to JP Morgan analysis. While the Pectra upgrade represents positive news, making Ethereum and its network even more attractive to institutions and switching far from competitor platforms. Successive upgrades have so far failed to boost Ethereum network activity meaningful. JP Morgan analysis led by Managing Director Nicholas. Oh, that's a crazy name. I'm not going to say that. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I mean, institutional focus is further reinforced by Ethereum's adoption token standards, ERC 3640 Ethereum and ERC 400. According to analysis, these are specialized technical standards designed to help tokenize securities. Okay, a lot of technical stuff with ETH and upgrade. I'm not gonna act like I know all that. I just look at price action and just kind of like use case, like they said, on chain and outline activity. So why aren't people using ETH as much? Is it overall the market? Is the overall crypto altcoin market? Because it's down, and we don't have an alt season, that the on-chain activity is not going up. Is development on ETH not going up, or are these projects kind of hidden in the weeds that these are projected out to when we get more into the adoption cycle of crypto? Once Bitcoin is kind of like the on ramp and Bitcoin is like the barrier to entry for a lot of these bigger companies, now they can kind of shift their focus on the next big thing in ETH and how they can utilize the decentralized finance going forward, right? I don't know. Ethereum CME futures positioning also reflects the institutional shift. JP Morgan said institutional flow proxy based on open interest and price movement in CME ETH futures show a sharp increase in long positions from institutional investors. However, spot Ethereum have seen relatively limited inflows especially when compared to strong demand for the spot Bitcoin ETFs. So seems like the demand is low for Bitcoin ETH ETFs compared to Bitcoin. But I mean, look, ETH is still early too. What I'm saying, I'm not going to be full bear and FUD on ETH. But I think that all the attention is rightfully so is on Bitcoin, right? As global liquidity is in jeopardy, or at least global liquidity needs to find new avenues. Where does that put ETH, right? People aren't looking at ETH as a financial safe haven, right? I think the public on the masses doesn't really understand ETH and what it can do in the broader specter of the crypto ecosystem and environment. It's easy to sell Bitcoin. Bitcoin is one trick. It's just a simple store of value. A lot of these cryptocurrencies are just a project. They really are. They're just a project. Yeah, ETH has some use cases, but if you're really more of a platform builder, but what is the common user of the ETH token to do outside of wait for the price to go up, right? Where do they see intrinsic value in accumulating ETH tokens, right? I know they have staking. They went from proof of work to proof of to proof of stake or something like that, right? So, it's going to be tough as this bull market, in my opinion, of selling the masses on strong altcoin players, right? That is where, it's going to be based on what platforms are built off of Solana, built off of ETH, and you can sell that to the masses who aren't in crypto space every day. How can some of these other tokens make their day-to-days life easier, right? Or what value can these other tokens truly bring? Bitcoin is still king, right? I'm not some Bitcoin maximalist, but I do like Bitcoin, right? But it's easy to sell the idea of Bitcoin and to sell the ideas of these other altcoins, and especially the second largest in Ethereum. Let me know what you guys think about this, man. Quick update on just my take on ETH. Thanks for watching. Shea Man Crypto out.